Good evening, YouTube. I am not making this video for any specific reason. I've had a lot of technical failures these last few days. First, just now, I uploaded a little bit ago my weekly crap recap video, which was 38 minutes long, meaning it took me 38 minutes to make. It took me about that same amount of time to upload, and then when I began listening to the video, my microphone was cutting in and out, in and out, in and out. And it pissed me off because I wasted 38 minutes, actually about 76 minutes altogether when you think about it, uploading, plus another 4 minutes listening. Yeah, about 80 minutes I wasted. Also, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, me and YouTuber Tex Texan were supposed to do a Skype, an interview collaboration with everything going, and his webcam wasn't working, or his mic wasn't working. So that was another project down the drain. So I did a video a week ago saying I have more or new channel updates. And the two of them I was going to incorporate into my channel this week. Both of them failed. So maybe it's a sign from God or Yahweh or Allah or can't think of other ones right now. Oh, the cow from Hindu or the goat from Hindu. The chicken from Hindu. Well, there's a lot of paganists in Hindu, huh? Alright, anyways. Like I said, this video really has no relevance at all to anything political, but I guess what I can say then, since I don't want to just do a video where I rant because, well, I mean, I can rant, but a video where I'm not talking about anything, I don't think anyone wants to watch, including me. So, a new breaking news that happened recently, today actually. The altruist group in Syria called the White Helmets, they're the ones that take care of victims of war, essentially. Like the recent sarin gas attack, they were cleaning those people without gloves on. So, I mean, now they should be sick and dead, but hey, apparently they're really that good. But anyways, that's more a different topic. But 8 of them died. And the contention for how they died is that it was Assad and his forces who were purposefully bombing Syrian citizens. That is another false flag that's happening right in front of our eyes. Now, I'm not saying that Trump will have a knee-jerk reaction and immediately respond by bombing the shit out of them. But all these little instances, all these little things that build up until eventually people look at Assad like, you know what? He used gas on his own citizens. He has bombed the White Helmets, people who are an altruistic group that help people with medical care. He kills his own citizens on a daily basis. He's friends with Putin. I mean, they're slowly building the foundation that will justify going to war with Syria. And not just war, talking about like bombs and stuff like that, but actually invading ground forces to secure the country so we can protect the Syrian people. That's what the guys will be. We are protecting them. It's like Operation Iraqi Freedom. I mean, that happened in 2003, and I was 14 years old, and even I knew how bad of propaganda that was. When you hear a name, Operation Iraqi Freedom, it's like, wow. They're trying to get you back then, just like they're trying to get at you now, by slowly manipulating your sense of empathy towards others. When you see innocent people no different than you, in another country like Syria, being bombed by their leader, people can almost relate to that because they picture it, well, what if my family members was bombed by Trump or bombed by Obama? We would want justification, we would want a resolution for that too. We would want other countries to come to our rescue. So they're using this kind of as for sympathy. They're using these deaths of innocent civilians in Syria and innocent people or groups like the White Helmets, who are an altruistic group specifically designed, or what they do is they help people with medical injuries, everything. They help people. So they're trying to build up frustration and anger and get that angst out there to garner public support, so when the time comes to put ground troops in Syria, there will be less resistance. In fact, by then, people will pretty much be all for it. So I think that's a big issue. I think that's what they're actually trying to do. Now the question is, who? Who's trying to do it? And you could say the deep state. Well, who are the deep state? In a nutshell, the deep state is the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations. That is the deep state. That is consisted of groups from all over the world, especially America. Their whole purpose is globalism. That's it. That's all they want is globalism. And they use that as the tool to achieve their end goal. Because there has to be a council on foreign relations, because it's imperative for the U.S. and its leaders to understand the needs of other people in the world. God forbid that one nation just acts on its own, and another nation acts on its own. I mean, this view of being an independent nation is just totally unheard of, especially for Western democracy. We're all together. We're all, the USA has to be the world police. We have to monitor everything. We have to complete a safe resolution, especially for the people in the Middle East, especially, again, for the Syrian people. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there have been, I believe, 40 documented false flag attacks. I should actually do a video on that. 40 documented false flag attacks. So people who think false flags are just conspiracies, no, it happens. It has happened since the beginning of time, and it will continue to do so. People who believe their government is a benevolent being that only looks out for their own good, not their own good, their good of the citizens, its progeny, if you will, are just completely foolish. They're naive. And I'm not calling them dumb, because a lot of it is propaganda. Like I was saying earlier, Operation Iraqi Freedom is a prime example of propaganda. So you kind of pity these people because most of them are actually blind. Most of them don't do independent research. They don't understand that false flags are not a rare occasion. They're actually happening quite frequently, and they have happened. They have happened all through the decades. So that's something to keep in mind. But like I said, this video was created for no particular purpose but to hear me bitch and moan about technical difficulties regarding an interview over Skype and then my weekly crap recap video. So I'm glad I did transition to something somewhat interesting, I believe, but I'm done. I'm done.